Well, good afternoon, everyone. Here we go, folks. Here we go. I'm sure most of you know, if not by now, you will shortly, that the Supreme Court decision has been not necessarily overturned. They've just given the rights, or the, I guess you could say, the decision-making process have gone back to the states now. So, all right, here's what's been sent to me, reported to me, however you want to say it, throughout the day, because I have not had a chance to really look at a lot of stuff. Been very busy today, and but thank you to those of you who have sent emails and messages and so forth, keeping me informed of everything that's happening, so I can pass it on here. Like I said, a lot of this stuff people may already know, but if not, hopefully this will help you. Okay, so in Greenville, South Carolina, it was reported to me that a pallet of bricks were found in the downtown area. Just like they did before, you know, if you guys recall, setting up bricks, you know, in strategic locations, you know, for people to throw through business windows and so forth, and maybe even at each other at this point. So that's one thing. Where I work, earlier today, a military jet, not a plane, a jet, flew overhead. Probably no big deal, doesn't mean much at all, but I did get some reports over the last few days that there's a lot of military movement happening throughout the nation. And I don't know if that's a setup for, you know, they're preparing for possibly this weekend or next week or what have you because of this decision. But I suppose it's possible. I guess we'll just have to see. And then rumor has it that number 45 is going to be returning by July 4th. And how that's going to come about, I'm not exactly sure. But I can kind of guess. And if that does happen, it'll be by July 4th, supposedly. And certain states have already begun to decertify their election results, like Texas, Arizona, and so forth. And I'm sure other states will follow suit here soon. So, oh man, so much going on. Of course, everyone knows about the diesel fuel shortage and whatnot, and even though gas prices, depending upon where you live, might be kind of stable in the current time, that could change real fast, because it's not just diesel fuel shortage, but it's the, you know, the diesel emission fluid and whatnot, but it's the additives for the engine oil as well. And well, I guess within the next 4 to 8 weeks is what they're anticipating before all of that occurs. And I shared some of this to the community page yesterday, you know, the Mike Adams podcast on it and so forth, and talking about how, well, guess what? No diesel engine oil. If you can't get certain vehicles to run on diesel, that means no ambulances, no fire department, of course no deliveries, obviously, and eventually everything just shuts down. That's why I encourage people for so long, you know, learn first aid, learn self-defense, learn what you have to do so you're not dependent upon the system, you know, police, fire, ambulance, what have you, you know, because they may not be around, you know, and they may be overwhelmed, let's put it this way, with other things going on. So people are going to need to know how to take care of themselves. They're going to now need to know how to provide first aid if it comes down to it, you know. And like I said, I've said it all along, I'm not backing down from it. I know I've got a lot of critics out there, what have you, about it. I don't really care. I'm sticking by my guns, pun intended, okay, because it's important to know first aid, it's important to know self-defense, it's important to know these things. It's becoming more and more important, whether people want to realize it or not, because when you don't have these basic services, what are you going to do? I mean, think about it. I mean, people are dependent right now on 911. You know, you call 911 in any kind of emergency. People even abuse it, use it to order pizza. You know, they're stupid. But, you know, when it's not there, it's not there. And then what? So we could be entering that time frame now to where it starts getting real intense real fast, to where before you know it, all these services that we depend upon, they're just no longer available. So become self-sufficient, you know, learn what you can while you can. Go to the library, get an EMT book or what have you. Maybe you got a garage sale, I don't know. You know, find what you can find. I've posted before, stopthebleed.org, and there's other things out there. People do their own research, you know, if you want to learn things about self-defense, rape prevention, things of that nature. You know, I do have a playlist up. If people don't like that, or they think I'm full of it or whatever else, then do your own homework and research. Find out what you got to find, you know, and do what you have to do to learn how to defend yourself and your family while you still can, while the opportunity still exists, you know, to get onto the internet and to research things and to learn things from videos or what have you. And self-defense is not martial arts, you know. I mean, self-defense is doing what it takes to win. It's you know, it's dirty fighting. It's whatever it takes, you know, to defend yourself and your family from, you know, serious harm, bodily injury, or death. It's doing what it takes to win. And some people, they can't deal with that, you know, and they think that's against, you know, their beliefs or whatever. And if it is, okay, that's fine. I can tell you it works. I've used it. I've seen it used. It's effective. And you know, learn what you can. grapplingmastery.com, you know, is another thing I suggest. That's where I used to train years ago, and I recommend it. I recommend the site. I recommend the instructors. And you know, and that could probably lead you to other things if you're interested. I mean, and here's the thing, you don't have to be big, you don't have to be strong, you don't have to be anything. You just got to be willing to do what it takes for when it comes down to it, because I think we're about to see a lot of violence. And those folks that live in the larger cities, major metropolises or what have you, you might be involved in that whether you want to be or not. My suggestion is, you know, don't get stuck in the line. Don't get stuck, whether it be at a store or whether it be on the road, the interstate. Make sure you have what you need if you're going to travel, even if you're just going from point A to point B, you know, you just never know. I mean, think about it. Ask yourself, do I have what I need if I'm on the road? Even if I'm just running errands or whatever, if I get stuck, if I have a flat tire for, you know, because roadside assistance may not be available much longer, you know. I mean, do you have what you need? Are you prepared? Are you ready? You know, I mean, and if not, take the time now that you still have, which is very limited, it appears, to do what you got to do. Because as this weekend commences, it can start getting pretty intense and violent this weekend into next week. I'm not saying it will, I don't know, but the potential is there. The potential exists. And some people are really expecting a lot of things to start happening this weekend and into early next week. And if they're right, we're going to see a lot of chaos, a lot of violence, a lot of craziness, a lot of unexpected things occur that people just aren't going to be prepared for. And if they're wrong, okay, whatever. But if they're right, I can tell you this weekend, this is what I'm looking at particularly. There's 3 things I'm looking at as a possibility for me personally, and none of them will probably happen, okay? But I'm just out of curiosity. I'm looking at possibly La Palma beginning to erupt again. I've been watching that, paying attention to it. I think the potential exists. I'm looking at something regarding involving the Hoover Dam, the Oroville Dam possibly. Lake Mead's been in the news quite a bit lately. People know about the Afghanistan earthquake that happened the other day. And so I'm wondering if there might be some more major earthquakes this weekend, possibly into early next week. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe later down the road, I don't know. But here's the thing I find intriguing, and I thought about this a few days ago, and I just didn't say anything about it at the time, but it was actually on July 5th of 2019 that California got hit with a huge earthquake. I think it was much larger, and then they finally, a few weeks later, they downgraded it. The USGS decided it was like a 7.1, but it was pretty big. It shook California pretty hard. And it was on July 5th of 2019. I looked it up, and I'm just wondering, are we going to have a repeat? Or, you know, around that July 4th time frame, or just after? Could we? You know, I mean, 3 years later, I don't know. It's possible, I guess. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, just throwing that out there. Just something I'm looking at. You know, a lot of these things are just curiosity things for me. Just things that I look at, I research, they kind of popped into my head, and I'm like, yeah, I do recall that. I do remember that. If it happened once, it can happen again. Maybe this time it's more devastating. I don't know. I mean, the one in Afghanistan was like a 6.1. It killed like between 900 and 1,000 people, I think. So I guess it depends on where it hits and the effects of it. So I don't know. Just some things swimming around in my pea brain, you know, that I'm just sharing with you guys, so with you all. So I guess we'll see what may come of this weekend into early next week. But just be safe, be smart, be wise, be ready, because it looks like things may just about be ready to go down here. Like I said, a lot of military movement, a lot of chaos. You know, Kansas is insane. You know, anything going on in Kansas. People have to research that themselves, but it's just getting crazy. They're opening portals everywhere. There's this laboratory not far from where I am called Oak Ridge Laboratory, where they're talking about opening a portal. You know, I mean, people are just fascinating with opening portals and, you know, exploring and examining these things and so forth. And it's like, okay, well, be careful what you open. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it all, and just some you don't want, you know. So I don't know. It's just getting crazy. So be prepared for the food shortages to continue. Be prepared for chaos. Be prepared. Just don't get stuck in the line. You want to have everything that you need so you don't get stuck in the line. It's about the best advice I can give people right now. I mean, who wants to be in a line anyway? But you definitely don't want to be in a line now with all the stuff that's coming down. So stock up while you can, get what you can while you can, and just be ready. You know, that's my best advice. You just don't want to get stuck in the line. So anyway, I think that's all I have for now. Like I said, I have not been able to really research or look at a whole lot of things, and everything I'm pretty much telling you for the most part, you might already even know. And I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff out there. I just don't have the time to look at it all. I had 278 messages, folks. 207. How do I get through 278? I can't. So thank you for what you send me. Thank you for what you email me. And so, but there's no way I'm getting to all this. It's impossible. So I'll get to what I can when I can. I know there's people I need to call and messages I need to return and so forth. I'll get to it when I can. That's all I can say. It's just overwhelming, everything that's happening now, everything that's going on. So that's my update. So all right, I guess I gotta head back in here. So a little bit of a longer break as we're all caught up for now. So, but that's it for now. All right, I hope you guys have a good, you all have a good evening. Safe weekend ahead, as it's Friday, I guess. So safe Friday evening, and safe weekend ahead, and just be careful. Okay, I'll talk to you again, maybe. Bye.